What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Coach Smook, your favorite Alabama insider and sports media personality. I'm glad to see you in here on the live show tonight. If you're post live, fast forward to the 10-minute mark and you'll get to the call-in segment. But tonight, it's about the fans, just like it's supposed to be from the jump, man. We're going to talk college ball. We're going to talk hot topics, everything you want to get into. But before you get into it, I need you to go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and share the stream. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 5K. Jump in the comments live if you can. Get on the phone line. It's all about you. We want to engage with you tonight here on the Coach Smook Network. And remember, when you see me in the streets, holla at me and say it. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Remember, when you see me in the streets, holla at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Hey, y'all, I'm walking out of Walmart. Check, what's your name, bro?
Man, my name Michael McKinney, man. I'm a true Alabama fan, and this man does a good job on his podcast.
What's up, bro?
Reviewing Alabama football. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Appreciate
Roll
that, bro.
Tide.
Roll Tide.
Let's go! Let's go! Got us a night call-in show. And I'm going to give y'all time to pull up because I was late. I'm going to give y'all time to pull up tonight. We're not going to force it, though, man. I got a training session a little bit later. Got my daughter here. We've been having fun hanging out. My dog has been spoiled the past couple of days. So life is going decent right now, going really good for you, boy. I'm excited about everything that's happening right now. I don't know about y'all, but college football is getting closer and closer. We're getting more information from recruiting. We got the Tyler Younger, the Younger recruit commitment, got the verbal commitment today. I told you all to expect one before the week's end. Here we are on a Tuesday night. Excited about another Alabama commitment. And I think we got Beverly following up very soon too on the 13th, or is it? I forget what his date was, his announcement date was, but I think it's like the 14th or the 13th. I think we might get something a little bit sooner than that. I think we're going to get an announcement sooner than that, something that kind of indicates where he is. But that's not the topic of conversation tonight. It's not just about Bama. I'm just rocking Bama because I'm inviting all the fan bases for the rest of the offseason. Y'all see them behind me. We got Georgia, we got Florida, we got LSU, we got Ole Miss, we got South Carolina, we got Auburn, we got Tennessee. I got to get an Oklahoma pillow up here, man. Mary J, Jordan, y'all, and Amanda, make sure y'all remind me to get us an Oklahoma pillow up here. What's up, Feisty Skull Boy? Good to see you over there on TikTok. Appreciate you for tapping in. Hey, tonight, I'm going to take my time getting into the show. So if you're watching Post Live, you might want to fast forward to the 10-minute mark. I want to take my time. I want to give everybody a chance to share the live because it's 7:30 at night, almost 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. So it's 9 p.m. some of y'all. Get on these phone lines. It's time to all this sneak this and y'all been doing with these fan bases and stuff and talking crazy to other fan bases about what they record gonna be like. I'm gonna ruffle some feathers. I'm gonna ruffle some feathers. I can't talk tonight. I'm gonna ruffle some feathers tonight. He said, is this Jerusha? Let me see. Who is this? Talking about my short friend from school. It's only one person. My mini friend from high school. But y'all, having some fun tonight, man. I want to invite all your fan bases, man. You know what's crazy? I got a ride from an LSU fan today. Me and my daughter. We walked to Hamburger King today. Just a little story time before we get into the meat of the matter. We walked to Hamburger King today, and yes, Hamburger King, not Burger King. Hamburger King is the best burger in the city of Montgomery right now. I would put it up against any traditional classic style burger. I mean, smash patty, melt in your mouth type of burger. I don't know if you've ever had a burger melt in your mouth, chat, but if you haven't, anytime you come down here, it's gonna be a fire one. So Beverly is this Friday. Okay, bet. I knew it was coming up soon. I can't remember. Somebody's on the 13th. We're watching a big name on the 13th. I can't remember. What's up, Sean? Good to see you. My boy in the chat. That boy pulled up for the night show. We see everybody in the chat, man. Like I said, I want to take my time. I want to give everybody a chance to tap in. Share the live stream, man. I've been talking to people at my gym. As a matter of fact, I'm going to actually do this for them because I'm supposed to be sharing the link out to them. And I'm one of them content creators, man. I'm authentic. People say they want to support my show. If I got to send them a link 1 or 2 times, I'm going to do it because I feel like we got that good of a content, that good of a platform that it's fire. It's fire that, you know, you got players and their parents calling in to the show. You got former players, alumni calling in, family members of alumni. You got current coaches that watch the show or current staff members that watch our show. And I'll get a random text on a Thursday from a couple of mentors and people that we've connected with talking about how my show was, you know. So I thank God to be in this position, man. I'm really grateful. I don't take it for granted. I think a lot of people think, you know, content creators, because we always on the camera, or we're always doing content, that we live this luxurious life. Brandon Tipp said, remember, Bama got rolled 9-0. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. What's up, man? Welcome in, brother. Hopefully we can get you in on this phone line, man. Stick around and talk your talk, man. We glad to have you. Come check in on the YouTube side also, Brandon. Come check in on the YouTube side. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and share the live stream with your friends. We got a lot of Oklahoma fans. Actually, one of my bros, Jason, he might end up calling in tonight. He is a big Oklahoma fan. He covers them. He's connected to the program. And we do our thing we've started a tradition. Last year was our first year doing it together, where anytime Alabama, Oklahoma plays, we're going to try to go to the game together and give you all coverage between our communities, our 2 communities. We provide quality content and good coverage, good insight for both Alabama and Oklahoma. And I respectfully have a dislike for Oklahoma. I like watching Oklahoma. It's almost like watching Alabama play, and it's been like that for years. You know, even when they had the different style of quarterback, just the culture of both programs, it kind of reflects the same. We've just been on the side of being able to capitalize with national championships as better half of the past 2 decades. So it's going to be a good one. But we outside the SEC too, y'all. We had some Ohio State fans coming in talking one night. We had Michigan fans used to come through here. They've been quiet this past season after their showing. Who else, man? We've had a couple of different fan bases represent themselves in our chat. So I hope that we can get to a point where we have everybody represented and vocal in the chat, like especially during the season. I know the off season it gets tough to get in here and get some good talk going, but I think more so now than ever, the college football coverage and content around college football is so extensive. So many people are doing it, are trying to do it, should I say, that it's hard to stick with one channel unless it's very good. And I think everybody, all 4.3K subscribers, authentic, organic subscribers, y'all. We don't have fake pages. My analytics tell me that, you know, 87% of my subscriber base checks into my channel a month. So you talk about 4,000 people, 4,000 plus people, or right at, you know, 3,000 people come through and check the channel. So I think it's a good thing, man. Give it up for yourselves too, AAA family. I appreciate y'all for doing what y'all do, man. For real, because on the real, it's a tough gig, man. It's a tough gig. A lot of people like, man, shut up, go get a real job. This is a real job. When you passionate about it, when you want to do things the right way, when you want people to respect your brand and take you seriously, you take it to the next level and you get passionate about it, especially when it's something you love. I love Alabama football, so it's easy for me to get in and dive in and talk about what's going on across the conference, especially. I want to get into some of these schedule predictions and things tonight, so Oh yeah, you talking about Caden the Diesel Freak? That dude was one of those guys, man. He was one of those guys. Hey y'all, but just in case you don't have access to YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook, TikTok, drop a comment. We can see all comments on all platforms. We have both of our chats up, and we have our phone lines get ready to be open here in a few minutes. You know what's crazy too, y'all? Let me see. I'm texting family. I got people. My family texting. Oh yeah, we did have our family reunion. Did y'all? I didn't even show y'all the. I haven't even showed y'all like my clips and stuff from my show. All right, here we go. I love my family. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the show, chat. Let's go ahead and get into the show. We're talking SEC. We're talking college football. We're talking everything tonight. Phone line is going to be open here in about 10 minutes. I'm gonna go through some of the topic of conversation tonight is for the SEC. I know we got some outsiders that love to talk about the SEC, but tonight, man, a lot of teams that's being overhyped. You know, LSU being one for sure. I think they get way too much hype with all the Lane Kiffin drama. If you really look at their roster, that roster do not scare me at all. It's a good roster. It's talent there, but I don't see any. Even the quarterback pickup, I don't think he was. I don't think he was one of those guys that was even a top end, prospect when you look at actual performance. So we're gonna get into the show tonight. We're gonna jump into the calling segment. We're gonna do an infomercial break real quick. Tell you how to join the AAA family if you haven't been able to join. That's how you help the channel grow. Subscribing to the channel is absolutely free, but actually joining the membership, it's a small fee, and it helps us continue to grow. Everything you see operating, the graphics, the call-in lines, everything you see happening is because of your support with your likes, your shares, and you joining AAA family. So before we jump into the show, this is how you become a member of the AAA family, and immediately following that, we'll get into our show here on the Coach Smook Network. Check it out.
Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. It'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com, and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel.
Oh, here we go. Y'all ready? I feel like doing a little roll call. So I need y'all to jump in the chat right now. Drop a comment. I'm gonna give y'all a few seconds to do it. I know there's a slight delay from when I say something and then when you all actually hear it, right? So I'm gonna give y'all a few seconds. Drop a comment. I don't care who you are, where you watching it. We got a total of 36 total viewers between all the platforms right now. And we know the numbers don't grow up because y'all gonna take 20 seconds right now. If you're on TikTok, you're gonna long press on the screen, hit repost. You're gonna share it to somebody directly. I don't care who their team is. If they're an SEC fan, they want to be here tonight. I got some disrespectful stuff to say. And I feel like saying it out loud. You get what I'm saying? I feel like saying it out loud on record. You get what I'm saying? And then once you share it out, also drop a comment. Let me know where you're watching from, man. I'm here to engage with you tonight here on the Coach Smook Network. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Give it up for yourself. Let's get this roll call going, man. Starting at the top here on YouTube, man. We appreciate you for tapping in. Let's get it going. Roll Tide, Zach. I see you in the chat. What's good? Let's go, Jason. I see you in the chat, my brother. Roll Tide. Triple A family showing up, showing out. Jordan Wright in the back on ones and twos in the front, making it do what it do. My boy Sean Williams in the chat. What's good, Sean? Roll Tide, my boy. Britt, my sister, how you feeling tonight? Roll Tide, let's go. I got Sully in the chat. Let's go. The new pops. I'm a new dad. I'm a little tired, but I'm a new dad. Roll Tide. Let's go. My brother Jason. We're going to get you on the phone line tonight, Jason. We're going to be able to get you on the phone line. Welcome in, Jason, the Oklahoma Sooner rep. Roll Tide. Roll Sooners. I can say that. I rock with the Sooners, man. Roll Sooners, man. Yeah, that's my boy Jason. Then over here, we got Amanda tapping in on the ones. Well, she ain't on the ones and twos tonight. Actually, let me put her on blast real quick. Amanda being on the sick, unapproved vacation. You know, it get real busy around this time in the product household. You know what I'm saying? I know too well of the story and the feelings. But I appreciate y'all for tapping in over there on YouTube. And then on TikTok, man, I see y'all tapping in. Make sure if you're on TikTok, please come up on the YouTube side and subscribe to the channel at Coach Smook on YouTube. And drop a comment over here so you can see your comments on screen. We love to get y'all your tags or your handles on screen. Let everybody know that you're tuned in. But we'll appreciate you. Let me see. I want to say this the right way. We got gifts coming in. Walk way. We appreciate you for your gifts and for tapping in over there on TikTok. Like this all back. What's her name? This my sis Jerusha, man. Feisty Black Fire. We appreciate you for your gifts and for you tapping in. Feisty Soul Black Fire. We appreciate you for tapping in, sis. And appreciate y'all for showing love on TikTok, man. Everybody tapping that screen. I see. Who was that tapping that screen? I see you, Quaylon. I see you over there, Brandon. I see y'all. We got some Sooners over there on TikTok, man. Got some Sooners there. And Pops tapping in on YouTube. What's up, Pops? Roll Tide. Man, we had a good time at our family gathering. The very first one we had since my grandparents passed. And to see us coming together, man, I know the next one's going to be great. If y'all don't see y'all family, man, y'all get with y'all family. Reconnect with your family. That's just very important, man. You don't realize it until you don't, have it. You know what I'm saying? So it was good to see my family. But before we get our sentimental stuff, let's go ahead and get to this show, man. I'm ready to talk some college football talk, especially with our SEC football. Somebody say it right now and type it in chat. Put me in the game, Coach Smook. I want to talk a little bit before we get into the phone call segment. All right, go ahead, Jordy. You had it right. I want to bring up some schedule predictions. We talk about teams that's being hyped. We talk about teams that's being underrated. I got a few record predictions, and these are teams that I personally have connections with. I'm gonna do some blind predictions later on in the off season. But right now, this next little 6 minutes, I want to just throw these in your face, and I want y'all reactions, and I want y'all to give me some of y'all thoughts on where y'all think some of these teams gonna be. Where y'all think some of these teams. My bump in the chat, my G bump in the chat. Give it up for my G bump in the chat, man. I'll explain what my G bump is in a minute. I can't wait to be able to have him on screen with me, my little guy. I can't wait to show y'all. Just stole my little heart. Y'all got me distracted. Even in the live show, I ain't even look at him. I just know he said, "Hey, G Pop." So I got excited. But let's talk. Let's start with Bama. I can't start talking about somebody else. I got to sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around mine. So I got to sweep around my own front door before I try to sweep around y'all's, right? And let's get into it, man. I want to talk about Alabama prediction. I want to talk about the schedule prediction and all that good stuff. And for me, man, I look at the schedule. Mary J, can y'all remove the banners? Let's make this screen clear. And then also, I got to adjust something. Let's adjust the background, too. I forgot to do that. That's on me. I didn't even think about that, Jordan. We got the sun out. And it sure is nighttime out here. I like the OG one, too. I'm going to go with the OG one. Jordan, check this out. So, you look at it. Yeah, that's on fire. Y'all give it up for the graphics, man. We got some fire stuff. Somebody else will be trying to do it tomorrow. They lurking right now. They'll be trying to do it tomorrow. Anyway, Alabama, I predict us going 11-1, man. You got Eastern Carolina week 1, week 2 at Kentucky. I think that week is going to be kind of a statement game, confidence booster. Kentucky has a lot of questions. We'll be talking about Kentucky on the next live call-in show, the night call-in show. But they got a lot of questions to figure out. I think they're going to be tough. They got a new staff members. There's too much going on for me to have any faith in them showing up and actually competing early in the season. They probably won't show up till week 7, week 8, honestly. Florida State, week 3 at home. That's our get back. I feel like that's going to be a massacre. South Carolina at home. That's going to be one. They've been playing us tough for the past 2 years. I think we finally find our edge and find our style by week 4. And our starting quarterback, whoever starts against South Carolina, is going to be the starter the rest of the season, barring any injuries or catastrophic failures during the game. Mississippi State, a dub. Georgia, at home, a dub. I call that a dub. At Tennessee, a dub. I love how we look against Tennessee. Tennessee, by this time, I think they will scare us, though. I think they will be kind of scary and be in a lot of more games. By the week 7, week 6 of the season, they will be in a lot more games. And they may not have a great record this season because they're so young, but they will scare a lot of people with the amount of offensive weapons that they have on their side of the ball. Once the quarterback gets settled in with Josh Heupel, offensive line moving, Tennessee going to be scared. This will be the first scare of the season. I think we win this one. We host Texas A&M, blowout. At LSU, I think the drama around this game will get to our team, and not just the players, but the staff. And it's going to take a A-plus effort to play in that environment. I don't think LSU will be as good as expected, but they will wake up to play Bama. Lane Kiffin will wake up to have his best half of offense against Bama. And if we don't go in there and able to handle that crowd, that LSU atmosphere will get to us. At Vanderbilt, I think that's going to be a good game too. A lot of people speaking on Vanderbilt. I don't think their record will tell the story of what they are. And Chattanooga, we get to host them for senior night, all that homecoming, all that good stuff. I think that's homecoming. And then senior night is going to be Iron Bowl against Auburn. I got us winning that one, but I think this year, I'm gonna be honest. Let's be honest. I'm not being a fan. I'm taking my Bama goggles off. Y'all see the schedule. Y'all see the prediction. I truly believe our one loss could be Georgia coming in and actually playing a perfect game with all the experience that they're returning on defense, the amount of production they're returning on offense. Gunnar Stockton is going to be a top 5 quarterback in next year's draft, right? With just his skill set and what he does, being able to be an elite game manager. It's one thing being a great game manager or a good game manager, but I think Gunnar Stockton is an elite game manager that can make game-changing plays when you need him. And I don't think he's a game changer, right? But he's a great elite game manager. You dial him up those 4 or 5 plays that you need, he's going to get you that 65% completion percentage that you want on those 4 or 5 plays throughout the game. So I do have a toss-up for us against Georgia. And then also, man, I got Auburn having a funny season. I don't know what to truly predict with them because I respect DJ Durkin. I actually wanted DJ Durkin as Alabama's defensive coordinator. He's the defensive coordinator at Auburn. And Alex Golesh is a offensive-minded head coach that truly hands over his defense to his coordinators. That's why you saw USF have so much success, not just schematically, but they started recruiting at a high level under Golesh because of what he allowed his defensive coordinators, his position coaches. The culture that he's breeding is kind of like what we see happening at Alabama, where there's a player-led locker room and the accountability amongst the staff is going to truly be on display. So, Alabama, Auburn, Georgia, the 2 toss-ups. I got LSU as a tough game. If we lose against LSU, it's going to be because you just had a catastrophic offensive failure. I think the defense will be up, LSU's offense will be up for that game. They will. I don't see them being explosive throughout the season. I see them having moments where they show sparks, but I think that'll be one. And but I truly think, and Kalen DeBoer for the life of me, I can't understand it. He shows up and he calls great games. He has his offense lined up. He has his defense geared up to call great games against Georgia. Even though they end up in close games, we get out fast against Georgia. I think that's going to be our saving grace this year. But also, I want to if we win in a close effort against Georgia, and when I say close effort, I'm not being disrespectful. I think I'm saying like a 3-point win, or we get up by 2 possessions or 17 points and 3 possessions, and they end up coming back and we win by 4 or something like that. That's not an improvement for me. I need to see Kalen DeBoer and this staff call a complete game against Georgia. And then throughout the rest of the season, it's going to be one of those games that catch us slipping. It's either going to be LSU. And it's going to be hard to see us losing to Auburn at home. But if there was a year for it to happen, weird stuff to happen. As much as the crazy stuff, Indiana won a national championship last year, Chad. I just want y'all to remember that. Indiana won a national championship. The New York Knicks are the NBA champions right now. So 2026 is already giving us some crazy, I guess you can say, some return of some historic blue blood organization programs, logos, or whatever. They're restored. Alabama might be back on our way up, and it might start this year with running the table against this solid schedule. I think this is the easier of the schedules when you talk about strength of schedule coming into the season. This is one of the easier ones in the SEC, and it's a little bit more spread out. All right. What's up, Jason? My boy Jason. So that's Alabama. 11-1. Let's go. I want to talk about Georgia. We love how our Georgia fans, they come in talking all that noise. I think they're going to have a solid season too. I do have them losing to us for sure, though, right? And we'll go down their schedule. Tennessee State opening up. Western Kentucky, they get two chocolate chip cookie games. Not even cupcakes. Those not even filling. Those are little. They just stale cookie crisp. They just stale cookie crisp games. They not even good games. They stale cookie crisp games that's in there. And they're gonna smash those boys. Then they gotta go to Arkansas. And I'm gonna full screen this so you can see it a little bit. I know it's probably flashed up a little bit. Arkansas, then to host Oklahoma. This is gonna be their first test, but I think they're gonna blow Oklahoma out. I really do. At home, Brett Venables' defense, I think they will be physical, but Georgia's offense is severely underrated this year, and I think there's 1 or 2 key spots on Oklahoma's defense that's still going to have questions at this point of the season in week 4, week 5 of the season. And Georgia at home, it's going to be a tough environment to throw another quarterback in. This offense, Oklahoma offense, throwing a new quarterback in this season. I don't know. Vanderbilt. Georgia hosting Vanderbilt. I think they handle Vanderbilt on the road against us when they experience their first L of the season. I'm not dialing back on that one. I really think Kalen DeBoer just has Kirby's number right now. 2-0 or 2-1 right now, and that one loss came in the SEC championship with a beat up roster. So kind of no excuses, but I don't think we got out coached that game. We had opportunities to be in that Georgia game. Hosting them at home is going to be huge for us. Auburn. This is a game I have as a toss-up for Georgia. Surprisingly, y'all, Auburn gets up to play Georgia. And for them to be hosting at home, for some reason, Auburn shows up in Sanford Stadium. I don't know why. They show up. With Alex Golesh and his offensive mind, they got Bynum at quarterback. If he's healthy, they have some receivers that will test that Georgia secondary. That Georgia front is going to need to get home a lot against this athletic quarterback. Same thing when we play him. This guy can make plays. He's a strong quarterback. Listen, that's a toss-up for me. We'll talk more about it as the season goes on. As we get into the conversation, Florida, another one in Atlanta. Late in the season, Florida, I don't see them being as good as they some would hope. I do see them making strides. This will be an interesting game, but I think Georgia wins that one. At Ole Miss, this is the other one that I have them as a toss-up. That's why I gave them a 10-2. For sure lost to Bama, but a toss-up against Ole Miss and the game against Auburn. We'll talk about the Ole Miss matchup. Being on the road against Ole Miss, he Golden showed me something last year with his thinking and having that offensive piece join that staff is going to be huge for him. We got Missouri, South Carolina, Georgia Tech. They'll go ahead and finish that off with a 3-0 stretch, giving them a 10-2 toss-up for me. All right, one more. I want to talk one more, and this is because my brother's in the chat. Let's talk about these Oklahoma Sooners, man. One being, I got him at 7-5, and I know he probably gonna be like, what? But I'm gonna tell you why, and we're gonna break it down. One, I just think it's too many offensive struggles ending the season. The way that you all ended the season with the offense sputtering the way it was, schematically, I just think a lot of things didn't line up. You have some questions across the offensive line. Your defensive front is supposed to be good again if they could stay healthy, right? Your linebacker core, you're replacing some big name linebackers. You're replacing 2 big names in the secondary. Brett Venables, as great of a defensive mind as he is, we've seen some questionable game management from him. We've seen some questionable game management decisions from Brett Venables the past 2 years at Oklahoma. So let's go through the schedule. We're going to go through the schedule. I'm going to kind of break it down. We're going to pull up rosters and everything this offseason to get into it. And hopefully we get Jason on the phone line. Tonight we're going to try to keep you on the phone line for like 8 minutes. We're going to give everybody 8 minutes on the phone lines. UTEP, that's a dub. At Michigan, if they was at home, I would give Oklahoma the nod. I think Michigan has a solid thing brewing right now. And this will be one of their momentum games, handling Oklahoma as they figuring out what's happening on offense. Michigan will be able to take one away from them earlier. New Mexico, they'll go and win that one. At Georgia, like I said, they'll lose. Open date. Then he got Texas. I got Oklahoma losing to Texas against Archie Manning and his NFL draft solidifying season. I got Oklahoma losing to Texas. I think Texas actually has a solid, crazy good offense with a lot of names that were kind of under the radar over the past few years joining that roster. I think Texas is going to be able to make some noise. Kentucky, they win against Kentucky. They beat Mississippi State. They beat South Carolina. They beat Florida. I think I had Florida as a toss-up. This is one of those games because I think Oklahoma going to struggle offensively this year again. I just don't see it coming together for them. Unless they get a ground game. If they got to be able to run the ball. Just like Bama. Last year, we just so happen to be able to have an explosive pass game. But our ground game got to get going too. Oklahoma got 3 backs right now that I believe can really be bell cows at any program right now. So it's going to be solid there if they can get it going. Florida was a toss-up. The Ole Miss game, I have them losing to Ole Miss. Texas A&M, I don't have that being a toss-up this late in the season. I think A&M, they beat A&M. And then at Missouri, I don't know what it is with Oklahoma in that last season game against Missouri. But Drinkwitz and that offense, man, they give Brett Venables some headaches. They give him headaches. Don't let Missouri be healthy. But I got them winning. So the 5 losses coming to Michigan, Georgia, Texas, Ole Miss, and a toss-up with Florida. And I would even go as far. I would even go as far as to give y'all a toss-up. I would even go as far as to give y'all a toss-up against Kentucky. At that point in the season, I'm not trolling, Jason. Like, we all know these games get weird. We all know those games get weird at that point in the season. So, that Ole Miss and Texas A&M. I know we don't believe in Texas A&M, but until otherwise proven, man, we're gonna have to rock with them and see what they doing. I just think quarterback play it caught people off guard, and when they finally got a beat on them, like most situations with new starters, it didn't look good for Texas A&M going forward. So let's get into this show, though, man. But before we do that, we want to give acknowledgement to our main sponsor, Walk On Sports Bistro here in Montgomery, Alabama. Also, the Tuscaloosa location and the Mobile location, Mobile, Alabama. We appreciate them for supporting the Coach Smook Network and sponsoring this show. And then when we get back, we'll acknowledge another one of our sponsors for tonight's calling segment. We appreciate y'all for tapping in. Jordan, let's show him some love.
Remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
At Walk-On's Sports Bistro, the games are on, the food's delicious, and here you are always part of the team. Welcome to Walk On Sports Bistro, where every day is game day. Whether it's a post-win celebration, drinks after work, or taking the fam for some made-from-scratch favorites, Walk On's is your go-to for good times, craft beer and cocktails, and bold flavors for fans of all ages. From melty mozzarella logs to Hall of Fame level burgers. Stop by today or order online or in the app. Walk On's Sports Bistro. Game on.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in a game, Coach Smook. Put me in a game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in a game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in a game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, before we open the phone lines, we want to give a shout out to one of our sponsors here on the Coach Smook Network, Frederick Harris and Farmers Insurance of Hoover, Alabama. Man, we want to give you all some love, man. Thank you all for supporting the Coach Smook Network and everything that we do, man. I keep telling people we want to everybody that supports us, man. Whatever you're doing, we want to have an opportunity to support you all and make sure that your support is not just appreciated, but we want to support you too, and everything that we do. So we're here, man. We're here thanks to the support of Frederick Harris and Farmers Insurance of Hoover, Alabama. You all need some insurance information. You need help with finding some insurance, home, auto, life, all of those things. My brother Frederick Harris can help you. Y'all saw him live on site with us on campus for A-Day. For A-Day, he got to hang out with us, and that was our first time meeting in person, but he's been supporting us for a while. So we appreciate Frederick Harris for supporting us here on the Coach Smook Network. Now, the phone lines are open, 334-625-1121. Call in, say your name, and put me in the game, Coach Smook, and we'll get you on the phone lines, y'all. We'll get you on the phone line. Let me see if I can get this thing to pop up the right way. There we go. How we in the game? All right, 334-625-1121. We're talking SEC ball, man. We're talking schedule predictions. I know we had some early little discrepancies or whatever about these schedules, but we're going to get into it. First call on the line. Y'all know who it is. Let's get it.
Call from Zach Willie. To accept, press 1.
Yo, Zach, what's up, man? You in the game with Coach Smook? Talk to me, man.
What's good, Coach Smook and my AAA family? How are y'all doing this evening?
Man, look, Zach, we hyped tonight, man. We are super hyped. The closer we get to college football, man, the more these conversations start being had. I think we're getting to that point, man. Like it's getting serious. The official visits are rounding up this week for most programs, and after that, it's just our speculation and roster evaluation, and just hoping for the best for everybody's roster. But what's on your mind tonight, Zach? Talk to me, brother.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you on some of the teams you talked about. I think that Ole Miss game is kind of a toss-up game for me, because we'll see how Pete Golden is as a head coach this year. I mean, yes, he did great in the playoffs. I have to give it to him, but there's still some questions. Can he maintain that level of coaching for an entire season? And just to see how he does it with his staff, because if I'm not mistaken, he still had some of Lane's staff last year in the playoffs, and they left after the playoffs, and his staff didn't come in until after the playoffs and everything, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I think Lane took all of his offensive staff. I think he took all of his offensive staff. They still had the OC, I believe, was calling offense. I'm gonna go and look up the storyline behind it, but I think they just have so much coming back with continuity, man, that you gotta kind of and they believe in what they're doing. They know that the drama with the LSU With Kiffin leaving, is going to be hovering over the program. So I think that's going to be kind of like a driving force, you know. And it might not be the main thing, but you can't lie and sit there and say, man, we can't sit here and let Lane leave us like he did. They went the playoffs and beat Georgia. So I think they got something going for them.
Right. LSU, I think LSU is overhyped this year. Sam Levitt ain't as good of a quarterback as people are saying he is. Yeah, he had that one good season at Arizona State, but that's because he had a once in a generation kind of running back in Cam Scatterbo.
Scatterbo, exactly. You know what, Zach? I'm glad you said something about that. Somebody give Zach a horn for that one, because I'm trying to figure out what everybody is scared of when this guy. Like, what is the hype around him? I haven't seen a deep ball that's just on the rope. I haven't seen and I understand you got Lane Kiffin as a coordinator, but I just don't see you got to be able to do something. Trinidad helped Lane because of his legs, the playmaking ability. I don't see that from Sam Levitt.
Right. And also Lane, he's won one big game, and that was against Georgia. But Georgia was having a down year that year. Compared to what teams of past, that Kirby had. They wasn't as good of a team as they had been in years past. But other than that, Lane has struggled in those big games. He struggled against Tennessee. He struggled against Georgia. He struggled against Alabama. Yep. He hadn't beat Alabama. Now, yes, that Alabama was coached by the greatest coach in college football, and he hadn't coached against Kalen DeBoer. I will give him that. But still, until he goes out there and beats Kalen DeBoer, I still can't give him the kind of hype he has as a head coach, until he goes out and proves me wrong and takes LSU to a SEC championship game and possibly a national championship appearance. I can't give him that kind of hype. I mean, yeah, he did it as an OC with Alabama, but he had the best head coach in college football back.
Realize Go ahead, Zach.
Sir. But yeah, and so I can't really give it to Lane right now until he proves me wrong. Kirby has, proven me wrong. There's other coaches out there that have proven me wrong. The coaches that are, in my opinion, that are overhyped right now in the SEC are Lane Kiffin, Steve Sarkisian, and those are the two main ones that come to my mind. Yes, had great rosters, but they haven't done anything with those great rosters. Mm-hmm. They haven't won a SEC championship. They haven't won a national championship. Right. So why are you getting hyped over a coach that has beaten Steve Sarkisian twice in the playoffs?
Facts. And you know what else, Zach? I like that narrative, and I like how you bring these facts up, because you have coaches that have taken Lane Kiffin, that have taken Kirby Smart like to the wire, and they're not getting as much. They're not getting as much recognition and hype as Lane Kiffin. Like, it's amazing how media just kind of pushes Kiffin as he's this great coach, but he's really just been a great offensive mind. He's done some crazy good things with quarterbacks, right? We've seen him design some offenses that go great. We can't even say Kiffin has been a great offensive mind, because anytime there hasn't been a great defense to give him a multiple offensive opportunities or offensive possessions, we've seen his offense struggle, get stagnant. So it's a lot of hype. It's a lot of hype around Kiffin. Zach, what you think about Oklahoma? We got Jason in the chat. I want to get your thoughts before, because he's gonna call in. I got Oklahoma going 7-5, and with good reason. I'm gonna say that with good reason.
Right.
Go ahead and talk about what your thoughts is with Oklahoma.
If Oklahoma can stay healthy, and they do have some good defense, returning. Yes, they're replacing some, but they do have some good players coming back on defense. So if they can stay healthy, they could surprise us, and I think their ceiling this year is 9-3. And I'll give them their floor is 7-5 this year.
You know what, Zach? Because I didn't want to do the ceiling and floor type thing. I'm going with 7-5. I'm gonna tell you this. I think all the experience that Oklahoma is bringing back on defense, it's still talent wise, it still isn't enough to maintain what was happening in the SEC. They struggled last year against certain teams that showed explosiveness, and most of those teams on that schedule, and that's what I did with Oklahoma's schedule, because they're going to have a great front. I think their front's going to be great, but every team on their schedule, I feel like the offenses that they're facing are getting better this year. I think that's where they're going to run into, and their offensive struggles, I don't see them changing this year unless they truly get a ground game going. Mertier coming back is not a plus for them. The freshmen, they're talking about this freshman that they have so much hype around. And you saw even last year with Hawkins as the backup, there was a lot of murmuring about having him and giving him his opportunity. So Mertier exposed himself. I don't see him getting better. That offense is going to have to rely heavily on that O-line and that running game. And in the SEC, I feel like this year, looking at their schedule, Georgia's gotten better. Even Michigan's gotten better. Texas is going to be a team that's going to be up to play them. Florida is going to be a team at home. They got to play at Florida. That's going to be a team by that time in the season. They will be a better team. Ole Miss is a team that was solid last year and returning a lot. And Texas A&M, you can't discredit what they did last year, even though they did hit a slump. They still was a playoff team, right? They still was a playoff contending team. So I think Oklahoma has their work cut out for them. What's your thoughts, though?
And I agree. But like I said, if they can stay healthy and if they can get that run game going, they could surprise us. But again, like you said, I don't see it happening this year.
I really think once they find that quarterback, kind of like what Alabama's been dealing with, they've been playing this patch job since Brett Venables has been there, in my opinion. But the moment they find their quarterback, the moment they find out that quarterback situation, that's going to be one that's going to you'll see Oklahoma be contenders again. But Jason, I'm gonna let you make your final thought, Zach, and then we're gonna open the phone lines because I want to explain where the 5 losses. Once we get, I know we're gonna get them on the phone line, but we're gonna make sure we talk about this. Final thoughts, though, Zach, with the SEC breaking it down. Who comes out on top for real? Like no fan bias. Who do you think is if you had to pick the top 4 to come out and be competing for the SEC championship right now? Who would that be? Your top 4?
Bama, Georgia, Ole Miss, and Texas are my top 4 right now going into the season.
You said Alabama who?
Alabama, Georgia, Ole Miss, and Texas.
Okay. Well, all right, Zach, we got another call on the line, man. Appreciate you for calling in, and roll tide, bro.
Roll tide.
Yes, sir. Got it, Zach.
Wanted to hear you.
To accept, press 1. To send a voice.
Yo, Jason, what's up, man? You in the game with Coach Smook? Talk to me.
I think you just trying to get some shit started, man.
What you talking about, man? What you talking about, man?
You know what I'm talking about. 5 losses. You gonna have to point out these 5 losses, my guy.
We can
You gonna
talk
have to point
about
out these 5 losses.
You want me to explain it? You want me to tell you now, and then we kind of just break it down, or what you want to do? Because you know I'm with the smoke.
Yeah, because you know, I mean, I got a few things already to say, but go ahead and break down these 5 losses. Where are they coming from and why?
All right, here we go.
Even make it quick. That's cool.
All right, I got you. I'm gonna make it quick. Michigan. I just think Michigan has way too much early on in the season for y'all being on the road. Hold on. You want me to?
I'm listening.
See, y'all. I told y'all he went. So Michigan on the road. That's not a good situation for y'all, especially with Mateer as your starter. And that defense is going to be humming. I got Michigan for sure at Georgia. You just not matching up with Georgia well this year, and Georgia's offense is to me going to be the first one that kind of allows anybody to get a blueprint against Oklahoma's defense. That's why I got Georgia. I have a toss-up. No, I have y'all losing to Texas. I think Arch shows up. I think that offense is pretty solid this year. They grow from last year. All the drama around last year, everything. I think Sarkisian, the lights aren't on him as bright, and he kind of steals this one to kind of get the lights back on him. Momentum-wise, defensively, I think Texas got one of the more talented defenses. They may not have the most experience, but they got a lot of talent. Same as Oklahoma, same as Georgia, same as LSU, same as Alabama. A lot of talented defenses. Texas is one of them. Who else I had? I had a toss-up at Florida just because of where it falls in the season. And if y'all have lost those 3 games that I've mentioned already by this point, Florida and y'all, that's going to be just culture-wise. That's going to be one of those games, man. Both teams going to show up and have to do something to salvage the season. Ole Miss, I think, is going to be still a solid team. Like I said, they got a lot that they're bringing in on the staff, but that culture is something different right now. Excuse me, y'all. And then I had a toss-up with A&M. Like I said, I was looking at A&M's roster again. I think A&M might have something again, man. I think they might sneak up and be able to build on top of what they were able to do in the run game. Defensively, they're going to be a lot more experienced. They should be able to show up. So your 5 losses, I got 3 and 2 possibles for sure.
All right, so I got you. So you Michigan, UGA, and Texas. You're saying those are sure losses. You think they're going to lose to Ole Miss, and they might lose to Florida or A&M.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll figure this out. So Michigan. The thing with them is having a first-year coach now, and I like Whittingham more than I like Sharon in that instance. And Sharon's an Oklahoma guy, but I don't think that they had really anything. I don't think that they were helping. They were helping Bryce Underwood be very good. I think that that's an important, very, very important game for Oklahoma right out the gate. Week 2, you got to win that football game. Now, if you don't, you're going to have to, in order for you to make the playoff, because make no mistake, in Norman this year, the answer is not, can you get back to the playoffs? It's you better, and you need to not just get there. You better find a way to win at least a game or 2 when you get there. So, the expectations are what they are, and they're going to be what they are in Norman. That being said, they need to win that game. UGA, I haven't picked on myself to win that game. Here's what I will tell you. The talk about the defense not being what it was. Are you there? I'm not hearing you.
I'm still here. My bad.
Okay. No, I just saw your mouth moving on there, and I didn't hear nothing. So okay. No, what I'm saying is you're talking about whether that defense is going to be as good. They got more returning production coming on defense than anybody else in the SEC. It's them and Georgia, and their defense is better than Georgia's last year. No 2 ways around it. They're the number one.
Listen. I want you to stop doing that too with Oklahoma. You look at the strength of schedule and the offensive rankings that Oklahoma got to play early in the season. That padded a lot of their stats. Now,
hold on. They were getting sacks. In every game. They did it against Bama. They did it against Tennessee. They lit Tennessee up on defense. What I wasn't even talking about as much with the sack stuff, but who they've got coming back is the important piece to this. R. Mason Thomas didn't play most of the second half of that season, bro. He didn't play most of the half of that season.
Is Kip Lewis coming back healthy?
Kip Lewis is coming back, and of course he's healthy. Yeah.
Okay. That's a big pickup.
So
now my thing is this. I don't think Oklahoma's defense will be the problem, but I don't think they will be as good as they were last year because offenses from last year that they struggled with or had problems with later in the season are getting better. A lot of these teams that's on your schedule.
Who did they have a hard time with at the end
A
of
lot
the
of these teams on your schedule before you start trying to ask about last year. Let's talk about what's happening this year. Michigan's offense.
I'm asking you who on the offensive side, who offensively is going to really test them in the second half of the year.
Let's pull up. Y'all let Ty Simpson pull the freaking half quarterback, halftime comeback of his lifetime.
Bro, they shut Ty Simpson's ass down aside from a few plays. Let's be real.
Nah, y'all let Ty in the playoffs in your house.
In the playoff game, what Coach V did was he just stayed in that single high safety way too damn long.
And then
way
also,
too damn long.
and you and me both watched that game. Ty Simpson missed hella passes against that Oklahoma defense when y'all were in our house. So it wasn't like y'all just shut it down. We just had a shaky.
Why did he miss him? Why did he miss him though? Because he had dudes in his grill.
No, he didn't. That was the problem, pissing everybody off. He was not getting pressure until the second or third quarter in that home game. That second and third quarter, and that was him allowing the pressure to get to him. It wasn't.
You had a fumble. You had a fumble off of a sack that turned into a touchdown.
Exactly. He shouldn't have been sacked. That ball should have been out. We talking about the same game, right? The home game against.
Yeah, because nobody was open, and
man, please go watch that. Go watch that
game. Come on,
again.
baby.
Bruh,
come on. Hey, listen. I'm not even talking about Bama here. What I'm talking about is the guys on that second half of that deal that are the offensive team. The one you would have to worry about, yes, is Ole Miss because of Trinidad and nobody being able to really get their hands on him, even in the playoff last year. What you saw out of Trinidad was Georgia lost that game because they had him dead to rights a bunch. And what did he do? Scramble out of it and get somebody downfield. You know what I mean? I mean, shout out to them and what they did. But I would tell you that if you're looking at that back half of that schedule, where I was going with it, the front half, I think that they need to win 2 out of 3 to make the playoff, period. They better beat Texas and they better beat Michigan. And that way, if you lose the game at Georgia, which I expect a loss there, nobody beats them in Georgia except for Alabama. It just doesn't happen. Right? So it's just something that you can't really expect. Now, here's what I would tell you is Georgia, they're going to have to be able to run the football against OU, and OU was number 1 against the run in the SEC. They were number 1 against the run in the SEC last year, and they didn't really lose a lot there. What they lost was Auburn Mason. They lost Dominic Williams. Dominic Williams wasn't really the guy that everybody expected him to be in year 2. It was Jaden Jackson and David Stone really came on his own, and those dudes are both back. You got Taylor Wine, who when Auburn Mason went down in the Tennessee game, Taylor Wine ended up with as many sacks and more hurries than what you had from Auburn Mason. So defensively, they're still right there. Peyton Bowen was the best secondary player, I think, in the second half of the year for anybody in the country. He was getting interceptions. He was getting pass deflections. His interception against LSU after Mateer coughed it up early in the game and they're down at the 1-yard line, Peyton climbed the damn ladder to get an interception on that one.
You think Peyton was better than Xavier Brown in the second half of the season?
He was right there. Listen, I'm not even talking shit about your boys at Bama. I'm saying
I'm just saying. I was about to say
else.
no, because I'm not saying it because it's Bama. I'm just saying
what I'm telling you is the safety. He was in on every place. He was the heart and soul of what was going on in that secondary. And
right. I give you that. I'll give you that.
And what I'll tell you is that before we go too far with that, the secondary at Alabama is the best in the country, in my opinion.
The way he impacted Oklahoma's secondary last year, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. That's Peyton is the safety, not the corner, not the other brother, Bowen brother is.
No, Eli Bowen, and he's a stud too. And then you had Cortland Guillory, who was a freshman All-American. So they're going to be. I think that they're still at least as good there, if not better. But
I don't know about that Oklahoma, that Eli one was struggling, man. He a problem.
Eli had a pick six against you guys for 80 yards. What are you talking about?
That's man. You keep talking about that one game where Ty Simpson was trash as hell. Stop bringing up that fucking game, bro. Y'all still almost lost.
Okay, well, then we'll talk about that.
Ty Simpson was trash.
I got you.
Because you keep bringing up this Ty Simpson crap. Y'all let that Ty Simpson. That was a phase for everybody that lost to Alabama while we had Ty Simpson as a quarterback.
The year before that, he was in Ryan Williams' pocket the year before that.
Everybody that beat Alabama while we had Ty Simpson enjoy it. If you lost to us, you're screwed for the next 4 years, because the way that we should have won last year, all them passes, all them underthrown passes, man, Alabama should have been average. We should have had 35 in the first half against Oklahoma.
Can I explain something to you, bro? You getting all pissy at me here, and I ain't even dogging your Alabama team.
No, I'm talking about, stop talking about this dude and that pick six against a trash Ty Simpson. I don't want to talk about Ty Simpson no more. We didn't let Ty Simpson.
No, I'm talking about the fact that you're talking about him like he's a
Eli was getting cooked all year. Don't just talk about the Bama game when he was getting. Man,
no, he wasn't.
Go watch second quarter. I think it was second quarter. Go look at how he gets routed about Lashia Brooks when Lashia Brooks motioned out to the boundary. Go look at how even against Jeremy Bernard.
That was that single high safety look. Yeah, I saw it.
Anytime he has man, anytime
they don't even run. They don't run a lot of man stuff to be.
And that's what I'm saying. He is shaky. You're going to have to run more man concept with all these offenses growing. And that's what this goes back to my original point. Not with just Bama. With all of these offenses
at the end of the day,
growing,
we can, we argue about that. We can argue about that if you want to, or we can talk about some other stuff that I'm talking about with these teams.
With all these offenses growing, the defense of Oklahoma isn't going to be able to hold on to what like they were last year. I don't agree with you.
I think the defense is not even kind of close to the problem with Oklahoma. If Oklahoma's going to have a problem, and mind you, it ain't going to be the 7-5. It's going to be what did you say a minute ago? They're going to have to learn to run the ball better. All right. They brought in a number of, first off, they're stronger on the offensive line than they've been, period, in the story. But they go out and they got two veteran monster tight ends that block well. The scheme is changing so that you can run the football more. And that the scheme is changing. You're going to see a lot more 11, 12, even sometimes 13 personnel, I would say, to run the football and make sure that John Mateer cannot be your running game. He cannot be your running game.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way it can happen. So if they're going to lose some of these games, it's going to be because they haven't changed anything on offense. You know as well as anybody that I'm the last dude that's going to sit here and tell you I believe in John Mateer as a whole. What I believe in is that Kevin Wilson is back as assistant head coach on the offensive side, and they changed their running back coach from DeMarco Murray to Dalen McCullough, who's had nothing but 1,500-yard rushers. There is going to be a commitment to the run game this season, and there has to be, because John Mateer cannot run the ball 10, 12, 15, 18 times a game and expect for that to be enough on that side. The defense is going to be good. Are you cutting me off? Is that
that's that 2 minute. That's the second one is the 1 minute warning. So you got your final thoughts, man. 1 minute, man. Oklahoma. I know you don't like my 75 prediction. What's your prediction? And
I've been saying their ceiling would be 10-2, but the floor for them would be 8-4. I've got them going 9-3. Just so you know, I got them going 9-3. I don't know if that's enough to get them back. But John Mateer is as improved as people are acting like he is, they could win the whole thing because their offense would be good enough to run the football, and their defense is good enough to shut down everybody. Now, you got to see them do it. But 7-5 is disrespectful, and you know it is. You know damn well it's disrespectful.
Man, that's just listen. That's just my thoughts, man. You can't.
No, you're being disrespectful. That's what you're doing.
See,
Smook.
I think you discrediting Michigan. First of all, I think you disrespected Michigan.
No, I'm not saying this. I'm not saying that Michigan can't be good. I'm saying they're not as good as Oklahoma, and you know that, and I know that. Being at home is tough. Winning in the big house is not going to be easy, but I think you have a better football team at OU, and early in the season you should be able to run the ball on. Should be able to run the ball on, and they're not going to lose. They're not losing to Ole Miss in 3rd and Golding a second time. Okay. They got brand new receivers. They ain't doing that. And they damn sure ain't losing to Texas A&M, who didn't play nobody until the last part of the season when they got rolled by Texas and rolled by freaking Miami in their own house, only put up 3 points.
And listen, those teams was clicking at the right time, and y'all gonna have to see some of them same teams that's gonna be better. That was my whole point. Some of them offense y'all saw last year.
The Texas game is where it's at for me. The Texas game is where it's at. I'm not saying they're gonna win it, because you heard me say I'm not picking Oklahoma to beat Texas until they do it again.
Yeah.
But they should listen. Texas has still got lots of questions. They fired their DC because their offensive line was shitty, and you know what I mean. And so to me, we're gonna find out what's up with them in that O line. I think their defense is pretty good. I don't know that I believe that Will Muschamp is going to make a huge difference on that defense because I was already good. You know what I mean? I don't really see that part. What I think that they have to do is they need to be able to run the ball as well. I love where Alabama is if Keelan Russell's in the game, but I think you said it a minute ago too. Y'all got to be able to run the ball better.
Hey,
your schedule means
SEC.
To me, I think that there ain't no reason that Bama shouldn't win at least 9 games, and 11-1 is a possibility, but they better win at least 9 because I think it's tough. That schedule that you have this year, it's prime for the picking. If you play Keelan, man, don't screw around with that. Play Keelan. But you guys gotta stop being disrespectful about the Sooners, bro. You just butthurt about it.
You know I rock with this. What I'm butthurt about? We sent y'all home. We left. We came
we
to
beat
y'all.
y'all 2 out of the last 3, and you don't like them because of it, dog. Come on.
We came to y'all crowd. We came to y'all spot, right? And we went to the nice bathroom. We didn't even go to the guest bathroom. We went to the master bedroom. And you had cleaned up the guest bathroom for us, right? You cleaned it up. You put the nice candles. We went to the master bedroom.
Don't get me started about one football game.
We went to the master bedroom. We went to the master bedroom, and we blew out the candles. We fired up a Newport 100, and we dropped our drawers and sat on the toilet.
Y'all should have waited for that Newport 100 till the next one.
No. See, we already knew what was up. We knew we had a Ty Simpson at quarterback. We was gonna have to flex this week because the next week we knew what was going on. We already listen. You heard Ty tell that story. Man, they knew everything. They knew exactly where we were going to be. It was like as soon as I snapped, I looked one way and the guy wasn't there, and I get ready to throw the ball and pops up.
You don't have to. You already know I'm with you on the Ty Simpson part. You already know this.
I'm traumatized from it. Look, Bama Nation hate me for it too. Because I was telling y'all, Jason, I gotta get you off the line, man. We're gonna get
never good.
All right, bro.
He was never good. Keelan should have played then, and he definitely ought to play this year. I'm gonna tell you this: if Kalen DeBoer doesn't play Keelan Russell and he puts Austin Mack in the game instead, you deserve what you get, bro.
I'd say the same
because
thing.
I went to A-Day. You know I was there.
Yeah.
And I already said that cat there was a difference. I don't want to hear about Austin Mack had an injury because you weren't saying that shit before the game. Don't say that shit. I don't want to hear it. But what they better be is better on the O-line. And I mean, they're new on the O-line. But they got to find a scheme that gets them to run it better because Keelan shouldn't have to be the only thing that gets it going. I don't know that I think that Alabama's going to be at its best this season. I think a year with Keelan running it, and then year 2, they may not be able to be touched. But I'm telling you, OU ain't going to lose no 5 damn games. Johnny, you being disrespectful.
That man hurt about that.
You being disrespectful, bro.
He heard about that. Man, get off my line, man, so I can see if anybody else gonna call in, man. I got a client and everything. We done went.
Love you, brother. I'll hit you later.
Roll Tide to you, boy.
Love you. Later.
Thank you, man. Y'all give it up for my bro Jason one more time, man. We always have good conversations with this family. 334-625-1121. We got about 21 minutes left on the show, y'all. TikTok family, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Eric King, I see you over there, man. Roll Tide over there. Give it up for Eric King. Anitra Guillory. Oh, that's my shawty from UHP, my sis from UHP. Appreciate you for pulling up. Roll Tide to Alabama, baby. I appreciate that. Who else done pulled up in here? Appreciate the Rose. Cartavia said, what up about my boy Yanzi Pierre? What you mean, what up about Yanzi? You know about Yanzi? We all know about Yanzi. 334-625. We got another caller on the line. Let's see who it is.
Call from Greg from Alabama.
Yo. What's up, Greg? You in the game with Coach Smook. Talk to me, man.
What's up, my brother?
Man, what's good, man? Good to hear your voice. It's been about 3 months since we heard from you, man. How you been? I know you've been working hard.
Oh, I'm good. I've been working and just been super busy, but I still try to keep up as much as I can.
That's what's up, man. Well, appreciate you for calling in. Topic on the line tonight, man. We talking SEC ball. We did some schedule predictions, did some record breakdowns. But if you don't have nothing for the topic, man, what's on your mind? College football is what we got. 11 more Saturdays or 12 more Saturdays? I think it's 11 or
Right.
12 more Saturdays.
Right. And about, let's see, what is it, 42 days tomorrow we start practice.
Come on now.
So it's going to be here for, I'm just looking at the schedule. I think we got that 4-game gauntlet, Georgia, A&M, Tennessee. I forgot who else. Anyway, I'm thinking I'm thinking maybe 2-2 there. Hopefully it would be better, but I'm predicting maybe we should go 10-2, but we'll probably go 9-3 because until they prove me wrong, we lose in a game every year that we win. I'm hoping maybe this year we get over that hump and we win the games that we should be favored in or win. I'm hoping 10-2 in the playoffs, but I think if we go 9-3, I still think we get in the playoffs. Because I think we go on 9-game schedule. I'm hoping the selection committee will value that. I know 2 years ago we were the first team out. Last year we made it. If we go 9-3, I still think we can get in, but I'm hoping that we don't lose one of those games we should win. But we lost to Florida State, Vandy, Oklahoma. They've proved to me so far that this staff has done that, but I'm hoping maybe this year that we get over that and we can go 10-2. I think that's reasonable. I think we got talent, but everybody's getting all tore up about recruiting, all this stuff. I mean, come on, people. We only got 9 seniors. Alabama's not broke. We finished in the top 3 or 4 in the last 2 years. It takes money to do that. I do think we're going to have a lot of retention. We're just not going to have. We just don't have numbers this year. So I know we're not going to be ranked very high because we're only going to sign maybe 12 to 15. When you sign 12 or 15, you're not going to be high. You got to sign at least 25. So quit worrying about that because our staff's great evaluators. I have confidence in that. I think we're building this year is going to be the year that we get, because 2027 should really, really be our year because we should have plenty of people back, a proven quarterback, which I don't think we're going to have any problem at quarterback next year anyway. But I think we're going to have all of our main studs on offense and defense will still be there. And I think we're getting ready. Next year's a building block for 2027. That's just my take on it.
Okay. So I think, honestly, man, I hear a lot of people talk about the recruiting, right? Complaining about recruiting. And
yeah.
I've seen comments about it. I try to stay on topic for what the show is. But you brought it up. So I'm gonna explain it once again. And this is why I laugh when people talk about me as a fake insider especially when it comes to recruiting. Because if I don't have a beat on something or one thing for sure, I have no choice but to be involved in recruiting. I talk to these kids. When they look at me look at my content, they don't look at me as a reporter. They don't look at me as a sportscaster. They look at me as a content creator. They look at me as somebody that's when I break down film and I do highlight reviews, I don't react like a fan. I'm saying stuff that's going to help them gain stock. These 4 stars and 5 stars and people that's getting looked at, they don't necessarily need my help, but a platform builds stock for anybody. It helps. And so 2024, when we started doing that, we saw value in that, and that's put us in place to be literally in line. When you look at guys, when you can look at conversations that I've had with current staff members at Alabama, and you go back to when I was at the Senior Bowl in Mobile this in January, I told y'all that I had a conversation with Alabama's GM and the assistant director of player personnel right there on the sideline, and they were talking about all the guys that jumped in the portal, and how this year's roster wouldn't look like a Nick Saban roster when it came to what their evaluation says on paper. Even if you look at the transfers, we went and got former 4 stars, former 3 stars that were on SEC rosters, that were on Big Ten rosters, right? Same thing. Guys that fit the scheme don't necessarily have to be the best player in that position, but if you fit the scheme, what you do at a high rate is what's going to excel in this scheme, and that's what's going to help us win. You look at the recruiting class. Look at the defensive lineman, the edge recruit we just got today, Tyler Younger. Look at his frame. Look at his build. Look at his playing style, how he comes off the edge. Who can you look at on the roster right now and say, dang, he reminds you of Yanzi Pierre?
That's right.
He gives you that same type of edge. You look at the big name wide receiver we're getting in this class. I mean, not wide receiver. You look at the quarterbacks in this class, the DBs in this class. You got big frame quarterbacks, 6'2", and 6'5", and Elijah Haven, and then you go and you get a prototypical size in Seaborn, similar skill sets. One excels in one part a little bit more than the other. But you look at the competition battle in the next 2 years, you're going to have a similar situation with Austin Mack and that you got with Austin Mack and Keelan Russell. And you look at the skill sets available. I guarantee you, everybody in the SEC right now, you look at Alabama's roster, it's a lot of teams, maybe one or two teams in the SEC that wouldn't want a quarterback off of Alabama's roster, that wouldn't want an offensive lineman off of Alabama roster because of the quality of talent that you get what I'm saying? And
I get it.
And this recruiting class, it makes sense to see. What doesn't make sense is to see the amount of 4 stars that we have committed in this class. That's what doesn't make sense to me. That's what scares me. For everybody that's mad that we don't have more. If we had more, I'd be more concerned because that means more kids, more veteran presence that we need to continue to be a sustainable program, which Indiana, Michigan, Ohio State, all these teams have proven in the past 4 years, 3-4 years. We wouldn't have that. We'll have a bunch of 5-star, 4-star recruiting classes, sophomores and freshmen that's going out there and getting manhandled by grown men 23, 24 years old.
That's right.
It looks good on paper. It looks good on paper, but on the field, we saw Ryan Williams make young mistakes his freshman year. As good as he is, as much of a 5-star talent he was, we saw him make a lot of young mistakes and big moments his freshman year. You get 7 of those out of the 11 pieces of equipment you have on the field or players you have available on the field, you're not going to win very many games. Too many young mistakes happening.
That's right. Well, we had to get bigger on both sides. We had to get bigger on defense. I think our portal class is so underrated. So underrated. It's ridiculous. But I think we've plugged some assholes. I think Courtney Morgan's did a good job. And the younger kid, if people don't know, the only reason why he's not rated as high is because he was a wide receiver. Then they moved him to middle linebacker. He just kept growing. Now he's 6'5". He's 230, and he's in a great program. And they thought, hey, this guy, and he only played like 4 or 5 games at edge, and he blowed up. He's blowing up. He's going to blow up some more when he starts playing, I guarantee you. I think there's 4 or 5 of those guys that we got are 3 stars or whatever. It don't scare me because I know our staff can evaluate. And here's the thing, like offensive line, we don't need any offensive line. Well, we got 16, and most of them are not even juniors. I mean, honestly, we're signing 2 quarterbacks. Our quarterback room's going to be full. Our running backs room's full. Offensive line, we got tight ends out to Kazuka. We got a ton of defensive linemen.
It's funny that you're saying this because if anybody had been watching this show back in December when we first started talking about the recruiting class coming up, I remember specifically talking about after the SEC championship how this class wasn't going to be flashy because of the amount of young guys that are getting playing time right now. It's not going to be flashy. You look at the 26 class that we was able to secure this past season. There's no way you're trying to tell me you're going to keep Jair Edwards off the field, Zay Griffin off the field, Jamarian Matthews, and a lot of these names we're going to see on special teams. But you're talking about because of the amount of senior veteran presence that left the roster, you're getting a chance to push these guys in these spaces. But to your point, the presence of the portal class, you got Devin Tompkins, Terrence Green, and then what was the other young man's name that came from Washington?
The linebacker from Virginia Tech's really good.
Caleb Woodson. I think he's very good. I don't think he's going to be as big of an impact as everybody think he is because I think he's a great filler. I think he's a great presence, veteran presence. But QB Reese, Luke Metz, and Abdul Sanders Jr., that trio of linebackers, they are going to really set the tone for what Alabama linebackers look like going forward. And that's what I meant by recruiting. I don't expect us to get a big name inside linebacker in this class because of the type of talent that we've been able to recruit in the 25 and 26 class.
That's right. That's right. Because our coaches know what we got. And they've seen them practice for a year or two. And they know exactly what we got at all levels on offense and defense. I mean, I do think we need a big-time receiver, though, or 1 or 2 of them. I would love I would love to get. I think we're going to pay sales. I think
I don't think
we're
so.
going to have.
I don't think
definitely
so.
have
I don't think. I don't
You
think
don't
so.
think so?
You got to think for the next 2 years. You got Shadari Moore, Aubrey Walker. You got Derek Meadows for another this season and next season. You're going to get Noah Rogers back because he's out this season, so he's going to get a medical. He's going to get a waiver and be able to come back next year. That's your top four. You got Rico Scott coming back. I mean,
You don't think potentially he's better than all of them?
Who?
Sales.
I don't think he's better than Sedarian Morgan. I don't think he's better than Latshair Brooks. No, I don't. I don't.
I don't know about Brooks. I'm just saying
Morgan.
Because I'm pretty sure if Ryan goes pro, he may not. I mean, it depends on how big a year he has. But I think he's going to have a massive year. But you just got room for a big guy for another big time or two receivers. I just think Morgan's speed. I mean, he's big. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying. I want somebody big and fast. That's just me personally.
Yeah, I don't think we go for sales in this class. And he to me, and I get y'all. I get y'all. Everybody got their bias, but when I look at the whole body of work, we got Sedarian Morgan on the roster.
Gales is probably just as good. I think you could probably get him a little bit cheaper too.
I look at where he's doing it at. He's at Bishop Gorman, right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen a legit receiver come out of Bishop Gorman yet. They get all that hype playing at Bishop Gorman, being on that stack roster, playing that.
Remember now, we got one. We got one on our roster right now that didn't catch a pass last year.
Come on now, we've yet to see one really
I
showcase that. I mean, from any school, not even at just Bama. Think about all the big name receivers that's come out of Bishop Gorman and the hype that they built in high school.
You're right.
So
you're right.
And that's why I'm saying I don't believe in them. I don't believe in the hype around him. I'm not saying he's not good. I think he's going to be great at some level, but I think he's the big name that you go and dial up for.
So who is a wide receiver in this class that you think
I'm gonna pull up my list. Hold on, I'm about to pull up my list. I'm glad you say that. I'm about to pull up my list. Let me pull up my file. I think I got a graphic made too. Let me pull up my list.
Oh yeah, Sonny Gales is at IMG.
He went to IMG?
Yeah, he's at IMG.
Yeah. I thought he was at Bishop Gorman. Who's
I think the big time, the cornerback that we were wanting is at Bishop Gorman.
Let me see.
I can't remember his name, honestly.
Where my wide receivers at? Here we go. So in this class, and I'm just going off of realistic fits that I feel like would be perfect scheme fits. Right. I don't feel like we need another 6'4", 6'5" body. I think we got 2 or 3 of those on the roster right now.
Don't you think we need just some quick speed, just some burners?
And you got to think, man. We got. Have you seen Aubrey Walker's film yet?
I have. I mean, yeah, he's fast. I think he's very underrated.
Man, Aubrey Walker ain't no like kind of fast. Him and Latshair Brooks, man, you put them two guys on the slot on the field at the slot at the same time. I don't get how you don't go. I don't get how you cover a quick screen on one side and a release fade or like on the other side. I don't see how you leverage that and guard it without being in such a basic. But a name that I would love to see Alabama really take a serious look at because he has a 6'3", 6'4" frame and he's slim right now. But I think you give him a year of development. And I don't even think he came on an official visit, but he's been quietly talking about Bama, and it's Deshaun Dillon.
I've heard the name.
I want to say Florida State is kind of like the front runners with him, but Alabama has his attention, and I think they will end up making a serious push for him after this. And then a couple of names I think just fit the scheme better. The kid from North Carolina, he's a 3-star. Oh man, I think Auburn's got him as one of their top 3 receivers that they're going after. Oh yeah, Tyler Henderson. I forgot we got Tyler Henderson on the roster too today. On the roster, he's
a JUCO kid.
Yeah, the JUCO kid. He's fast. He
can fly. I think he can play. He'll play some this year.
Once he gets the playbook and get some weight on that frame, get his like day-to-day playing at this level of college football down, because you can tell that's what he's struggling with, trying to adapt to D1 level football at Alabama. It's a total different thing than what you get at most programs. But even in that, man, like Tyler Henderson, Brooks, Walker, a kid in his class, another big body. You talking about big frames. Like I said, a lot of these guys, they 6'3", about 175, 180 right now. They get to Bama. They shoot up to 195, 200 within that first year. You see Derek Meadows. I think Derek Meadows playing at 205, 210 this year. So
yeah, I think Derek Meadows is he's going to do something this year.
Man,
I mean,
he's going to be great. He has such strong hands, and his route running is some of the best in the wide receiver room for his height, 6'5.5", 6'6", and he can get out his breaks. He doesn't separate, downfield. But if you're step for step with him, I like my chances. I like my chances with that.
Yeah, just throw it up. Just throw it up.
And see, that's why I think people underrate, don't give Cedarian Morgan enough credit for, because I don't think y'all paid attention to how he got Drake Kirkpatrick turned around. And if that ball was thrown out in front of him to make the safety have to open up, if that ball was thrown to the front of the goal line, the way that he was opening up, I think Cedarian Morgan could have got under that ball, because he has that type of speed. I got to see my boy running a 4x1 his junior year, and at least an 11-4, 11-3 split, man. For a body frame that size, that's a dude, man.
Yeah, he's a monster, man. Good luck on bringing him down when he gets the ball.
And I mean, you at any point in time, we saw a lineup in the A-Day game where it was Cedarian, Marshall Pritchard, and Derek Meadows all split out in a trip set off to the left of the formation, and then you had Ryan Williams. No, it wasn't Ryan Williams. Lashare Brooks was out split. They had 10 personnel. They had Ryan Williams split out by himself. Not Ryan Williams. Lashare Brooks split out by himself. So you had the three bigs on one side. You can get screen action from Cedarian if you want to. You can get jump ball action from Cedarian, Marshall, and Meadows if you want to. Post action from Marshall on the seam. Or you can just drag Lashare Brooks from the opposite side, catch him in some type of man look, get him dragging across the formation after you done took everybody vertical, and you got to stop him in the open field. It's just so much when you look at personnel in that wide receiver room. And that's why I said this recruiting class, to get back to the original topic, Vermont Carmack is the young man's name. Go check him out. Go check out his film. 6'3" and a half. Truly, I think he's about 6'4", 6'5". When I looked at him in person, he was at the Auburn 7-on-7 camp last year, and he looked like he was about 6'4". But the guy goes up and gets the ball. I would love to say he's a 4.55 type speed at that height. That's more than enough. And strong with the ball in his hands, man. Can make plays. So you get 2 3-star guys that have a high upside, like Aubrey Walker, like Lashare Brooks. I think that's where Alabama goes and kind of continues to. And you got to think, we got Nix in the wide receiver room developing wide receivers now. Come on, man.
Right. Oh, I know. I think he's going to do a good job.
Yeah, man. Final thoughts, though, man. We done went way over our time, boy. What you thinking,
I'm
man?
Sorry. I'm just thinking, Russell. I think in the end, I'm gonna predict he's gonna win the starting job. I think Austin Mack's good, but I just think he's gonna help us in some of the run game, and I think overall he's gonna help us move the ball. I think he's just gonna make plays, and we got wide receivers, and if our running game can just give us enough to keep them honest, because we're gonna throw the ball, man. We're gonna throw it.
Got to.
I'm not worried about it. I mean, that's what I love about DeVore. We're gonna always have a quarterback. We're gonna throw the ball, and we just need to run enough. I mean, we need to do a little bit. We need to do better than we did last year. That's all, and I think we can. I feel confident about it. Great talking to you, Smook. Been following you around, seeing how you get in shape and everything. Looking good.
Yeah. I had something on my lip chat. Y'all wasn't gonna tell me I had something on my lip chat. Y'all wasn't gonna tell me I had something on my lip. That's messed up, man. I had a whole, I don't know what.
I didn't see it. But anyway, it's good talking to you again. I'll try to call more often.
For sure, Greg. We getting ready to get geared back up for the season. So, man, it's gonna be a lot more consistent shows and everything, man. We about to have
I know.
Some good times.
Yeah, we're in the downtime right now. Yeah, we're in the downtime. It's fixing getting up time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But I appreciate you for calling in, man. And I need you to
All right,
say
buddy.
one more thing for me before you get off the line, man. One more thing, because you the last caller. Say it for me one time.
All right, baby. Roll Tide. Just quit doubting everybody. Quit doubting. We're going to be just fine. Don't worry about recruiting. It don't matter. It don't matter. Just got to get ready for the season and we got to get in the playoffs, and we will. And just be confident. Next year we'll be getting all these 4 and 5 stars next year, so we're going to have room next year, and we'll have more money to spend. And because we got to spend money on retention, people got to realize that we on a budget. And we just don't have the number. We don't have to have the numbers this year, so we're not going to spend a ton of money.
Facts.
Don't have to. We got to keep our superstars. I'd rather give me a superstar junior than a freshman. Sorry, but that's where you got to spend your money.
Yep.
That's all I got to say.
So Greg, when you see me in the streets, what you gonna say, man?
Roll Tide, baby. I love you, Smook.
For sure, man. Roll Tide, man. Y'all give it up for my guy Greg, man. Look, y'all, I was hoping he was gonna give me a put me in the game, Coach Smook. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, I was hoping. He went out the loop a little bit, so you gotta get back in the swing thing. Gotta get back conditioned for it. Yep, gotta get back conditioned for it. So, and that's another thing, y'all. Don't let me forget that from now on. I be getting so excited getting in these conversations and looking at the time, man. I forget to keep y'all on time, and then the timer over here picks and chooses when it wants to work. We have the thing set up. We could do it manually, or we could have it set up for automatic. And I had it set up for 8 minutes. I just be forgetting to push the timer when we get on the phone. I'd be so excited to have people on the phone. But I appreciate y'all for tapping in as always, man. If you're on Facebook, please drop a reaction. We had a few viewers come through on Facebook. I saw we had 6 people in the live on Facebook between both pages. TikTok, I see y'all, man. Crazy amount of likes, 32 new viewers, got 3 new followers on the stream over there on TikTok. Give it up. Give it up for TikTok, man. Appreciate y'all. And then where else we live at? We Twitch, Twitter. I see y'all over there on Twitter, lurking as always. I've seen a few reposts, retweets up for the show. I appreciate y'all for the love, man. And we're gonna continue this conversation. We're gonna have some more of this coming up this I want to say Thursday night. It'll be Friday. We'll do a call-in show Friday night. We will have a walk and talk segment tomorrow morning once I leave the gym, and yeah, it's gonna be fire. You owe me an appearance on Wednesday. Show Smook. What you mean? You got a show Wednesday? I might not be available tomorrow. I'm taking my daughter back in the morning. Me and my baby, I gotta enjoy my last few hours. Y'all know I'm a girl dad. Right now, I only got my baby girl, my oldest daughter, right now. So we're enjoying our time together. She actually talking about she want to go to the gym with me tonight. I said, girl, don't get you that excited like that, man. That's good. You know, I love fitness and my kids being athletic and all that stuff. So I'm grateful. I got some lovely children. I'm blessed to have the children that I have. All 6 of my babies, man. I appreciate y'all for supporting us. Hey, but don't forget, man, when y'all leaving comments, post live. Make sure y'all leave your comments. Make sure y'all say what y'all got to say. We're gonna be in the comments, reviewing the comments, making little clips and stuff and edits. Check the comments. Y'all will see these edits start get posted on the channel more. And then we'll even start replying to all of you all in the for the voicemails too. Don't forget, leave a voicemail on the Coach Smook Network. We got a chance for y'all to leave your thoughts and everything on the voicemail. I was looking for the other banner, but I guess I didn't upload it. But that's going to be it for tonight, y'all. If you haven't already, like I said, on your way out, make sure you like, share, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel at Coach Smook. You told me Happy Father's Day. Man, listen, I think I turned my notifications off on Father's Day. I'm not going to lie. But I appreciate it, and happy belated Father's Day. We say happy belated Father's Day to everybody. That Monday when we came on the show live morning. So Zach said you're definitely blessed. Got jokes? I am. I got a lot of them babies, man. But I appreciate y'all for tapping in as always. And we're gonna get out of here. And before we get out of here, I want you to take an opportunity to just continue to support the Coach Smook Network and everything that's going on. We love y'all, man. We love y'all. We appreciate everything that y'all doing. And I appreciate y'all, man. We'll take it out, Jordan. I'll catch y'all on the next one. And remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me and say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Roll Tide. Much love. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Be blessed, everybody.
Roll Tide all day, yeah, it's in my bones. Crimson in my veins, talking Bama in the microphone. Look me up on YouTube. True cut, straight from the stone. Ain't no selling their retails, I'm exposing what they want. Alabama football, yeah, I live it, yeah, I bleed it. From the streets to the bleachers, every angle, yeah, I see it, film, study, so militant. I ain't guessing a thing. Break it down, every snap is like a coach in the team. Authenticity above all, that's where I stand. If you ain't a real fan, you'll fail with the fan. They tried to box me in, and I keep it though off the frame. Turn the pressure into power, put my stamp on the game. Put me in the game, coach, in the game. Put me in the game, coach, Smook, that's what they saying. Put me in the game, coach, in the game. Put me in the game, coach. That's what they say.
Players and the staff are pulling up right now for today's scrimmage. Coach David Ballou in the front. Y'all can see everybody pulling up, man. Them boys over there. Look at Deontay.
Hey, y'all, I'm walking out of Walmart. Check, what's your name, bro?
Man, my name Michael McKinney, man. I'm a true Alabama fan, and this man does a good job on his podcast.
What's up, bro?
Reviewing Alabama football. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Appreciate that, bro. Roll Tide, man.